Good evening, everyone. Today, I'm undoing my braid as I'm talking to you. It's pulling my hair, but I'm just today is December 21st. It's almost 5:55 p.m. and I wear this painting, a robe with a little hoodie on it. It's on a little part. Hello, Samantha. How are you, my darling? So I'm gonna just finish braiding my hair, but I have some really cool things to tell you about what happened. And um, it's been an interesting day, magically, that way. So love and light to everybody. Oh, you're still painting. Good, Beverly. Yay. So I decided I was looking at it going, I want to paint. And then I'm like, well, I better jump on live if I'm going to mess around with my painting. So, however, I got to tell you a couple stories first. So after I did the painting this morning, part two, I did a card reading. I said, just give me a couple of cards to focus on my meditation. And, if I was asking for stuff in case I was missing. So, yes. Anyhow, look what I got was, of course, the communication card and the fire fairy card. Okay. So those ones both came out on my reading. So I want to we've read the communication card a few times, but it says, are you clear and straightforward when you communicate? See, I can't even communicate right now. Communicate with others. You have difficulty asking for what you need. This marker reminds of many things related to how you speak to the world and how it speaks to you. It asks you to be clear and to seek clarity in all the communications between yourself and others in your life. Perhaps you need to call or write someone a letter. Do you need to connect with someone you haven't talked to in a while? Do you need to clarify something that remains cloudy between you and another? Drawing this marker indicates it's timely to do so, or communication at this moment is highlighted in all areas of your life. This card notes that communication is not just between human beings. Your spirit guides, angels, and other helpers on your path are always trying to get your attention. Are you open to their messages? Ask and you will know. Look and you will see. Listen and you will hear. Sense and you will feel. Communication is not just about talking, it's something or someone. In Avalon, the sacred wisdom was gained by developing receptivity and learning to listen. So that in conjunction with the Fire Fairy card, which is card number 30. So of course it is, because which communication, I wasn't even thinking about it. Communication is usually in the number 3, and Fire Fairy is 30. So they kind of, in my mind, still make 3, but communication is actually card number 41. So the Fire Fairy is about creative action and optimism. The Fire Fairy sparks ideas into action. She rules the flame of creativity and encourages you to move quickly. She's also the voice of happy optimism, showing you signs, signals, and omens to support your dreams. The Fire Fairy gives you hope and courage and ensures your dreams will come true if you simply act on them. When the Fire Fairy appears on your path, she gives you a gift, a magical sense of energy to help you complete any idea you have that serves the greater good. She signals positive outcomes for your effort. The Fire Fairy brings you another gift, illumination. When you're in the dark about something, the Fire Fairy lends you her light to that path will be filled with illumination so that your path will be filled. All things come to light quickly when the Fire Fairy appears. So these are, again, from Colette Baron Reed's cards, Wisdom of Avalon. So really, really, really great, great cards today. So I had these readings, and then I went this reading, like these two popped out of the deck, and then I went down to the river, and I did a little walk, and then I did a short little tiny visual meditation on Facebook Live about you are light, you are love, and you are safe, that sort of thing, just affirmations, and surrender it all to love. So it wasn't very long, just a couple minutes. And I went and looked down on the earth, and it's quite snowy, it- down by the river. And there was very few rocks, loose rocks to look at, I guess, or to pick. I always pick up rocks for my journey. But I got to show you a rock that I found. I first found this rock, and I'm like, well, that's kind of interesting. It's all different colors. It's like, it just, it looks like it has a birthmark. And I didn't even know this, but it looks like there's so much, I have to get it wet to see the textures in it and everything, but it's really quite fascinating. So, oh, can I show the card again? Yes. So the fire fairy is that one. And communication is that one. So anyhow, so I find this rock and I think it's pretty cool. Then I look down and I see this one that I'm like, oh, it looks like a purple bar of soap. And I put it in both of them in my purse, right? And it literally looks like a purple bar of soap. So I go walking further down the river, and I'm just anchoring my feet in love and surrender to light and love. And I'm thinking about my children and my oldest son and his girlfriend or fiance and her child. And I'm thinking about my middle son, and I'm thinking about my young son and his girlfriend, and I'm thinking about that, and I'm just anchoring it in, because even though we're not all talking all the time every day, I'm sending them love at their highest self, and I'm thinking about all of this. Okay, so I walk a little bit further down the river, and I'm thinking about my oldest son, and how clever he is, and all the things that make him him. And I go down to where there's this riptide right by the 10th Street Bridge. That's where everybody surfs in Calgary. It's just a little eddy kind of thing. And there's a little boy sitting there. And I see the mom, and they're just a beautiful, you can see their glow. And he's got this stick. He's about 6 years old. He's bang, bang. He's digging in the rocks, and he waves at me. And I'm like, so I go walking, and I'm like, what you doing? And he goes, I'm looking for rocks. And I said, yeah, I see that. He goes, I want to find some really cool rocks. I said, you want to see a really cool couple of rocks I found? And I went to show him this purple. I only pulled this one out of my purse because it was the first one. And I go, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize this. There's a heart on this rock. Look at that, you guys. A heart repeated over and over and over again right after my love meditation. And the kid was like, oh, I want to find a heart rock. I want to find a heart rock. And I said, this is really interesting. I said, you'll find a heart rock. I'm going to teach you a couple of things about today. And I said, do you know what today is? I said, how old are you? And he's like 6. And I said, this is perfect. I said, the big planets, Saturn and Jupiter, I said, they're lining up with each other today. They should make a big bright star in the sky. And the mom's like, I didn't know that. And I said, today is Global Meditation Day. So we're going to all think about happy, lovely thoughts. And the mom was like, yeah, that's so good. Mental health is like, thank you. Thank you. What's your name? And I said, oh, I'm Raven. And so they introduced themselves. I'm not going to tell who they were, but it turns out they're from the same country as my oldest son's fiance. How magical is that? And the little boy kind of reminded me of my grandson. And but he's about 4 years younger. And this little kid is just like banging this. He's like, I'm going to carve a heart into this mountain now. And I said, That is excellent. I said, you know why? I said, I'm going to teach you something too. I said, this is really, really important. I said, when you're trying to create love and something that looks like love and you're putting all that energy, I go, do you ever see the movie Monsters, Inc.? And he's like, no. And mom's like, yes, you have. Remember? And I said, oh, where the kids make them scream at the beginning. He's like, yeah. And I said, what happens when they laugh and they giggle? And he goes, and I said, yeah. I said, you have the power. Like when you're doing that, that's like creating so much good energy. You can blow out all the electricity in the town. It's like 1,000,000 volts. Like so great, so great. And he's like, that's awesome. He goes, we're going to be here tomorrow. Can you come back here tomorrow? It was best experience after a meditation I've ever had in my life. So it just brought everything back into the perspective about love and sending the vibrations. That kid was working really hard to create a big heart. And I said, you know, if you keep thinking about it, I'm going to find a heart rock. I'm going to find a heart rock. I'm going to find a heart rock. You will find a heart rock. So it's where you're focusing that energy. You can make anything happen. It's very magical time today. So it was really kind of cool. And I went, I was just very grateful for that experience. So yes, it was just, yeah, yay. It's all hearts and love. So before we get started on this painting, I'm going to do a card reading while we're all sitting here. Please place us in our higher selves so that we may clearly see, think, feel, know the divine messages that wish to come through. Make sure you see me shuffling here. I put the other ones back in the pile. What is the message for us all today after we've been connecting our hearts to our minds all day? Oh, that's the card right there. Oh, and the top one. Okay. Did you see my face? And at 1222. Okay, so there the top card was really busy. So one fell out and then the top one went wing across. So what do you think the first card was that I saw already? I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry because the garbage man's picking up my trash right now. Oh my goodness, you guys. You guys aren't even gonna believe. You guys will never believe. Okay, so if you've been reading these cards with me in the last week or two, couple weeks, you'll know how they've blessed us each day. Correct? We can oh, I'm just like seriously so emotional. So you're familiar with the first one that I was pretty happy with. The eagle. Okay. Who cut the onions, right? Who cut the cards more like it? Look at this girl. We pulled the love card and it's number 45 in the deck. You're welcome. This is awesome. So this could not be a more powerful reading for today. I'm crying with tears of joy, you guys. Like, and I keep noticing all the time, like 13333 and 1414, and yeah, Eagle and Trump. That's exactly right. So, woo. So, and the eagle is the representation of the. Okay, so the eagle. When the eagle appears, it's a true signal of your connection to the angelic realm. With the angels' help and guidance, you can soar above life to see the larger vista. The eagle helps you make your choices accordingly with integrity. When you pray to your angels, they will always answer, for they patiently wait for you to call upon them for assistance. The angels reside beside you, always hoping to aid humankind in finding peace and manifesting abundance and prosperity. The eagle also asks you remember to soar high above life and look at the big picture. Don't get too caught up in the tiny, unimportant aspects of life. The spiritual world is the real one. Your physical life is the dream. When the eagle appears, it's also a signal for prayer, a time for a moment of conscious contact with the divine. Remember, you're always protected and divinely directed if you follow the guidance of spirit as it appears in the form of an eagle. Woo! I have been in so much joy, like it's not even funny. And it's almost like the book opened up and it's firmly at love. And I've never read this. No, maybe I have. This marker reminds you to show kindness and compassion to whom all you meet on your path, be it a beggar on a street corner, a coworker, a family member, an animal, or a plant whose leaves need pruning. This marker asks you to shift perception from yourself as a solitary person on the earth to one who's part of a living system. Love is what made you, so it keeps flowing. Oh my goodness. Remember to receive love as well. Ask yourself, am I blocking love? This marker reminds you that you're all connected to all of life as it is you, and that you're all responsible to be the steward of the love of the goddess God, the God goddess. Love is without conditions. It is respectful, mindful, sees all life as sacred, and acts in accordance. Love reminds you that this very planet is a living being. Love is the very essence of the divine in you, and it sees the divine in others. This is the time to see through the eyes of love and always ask before you act, what would love do? I love that. The answer will always bring you extraordinary power. This marker is a very fortunate and transformative omen. Holy smackaroonies. There you go. I love you guys. So on with the painting. You're welcome for that little ball fest at the beginning. Woo! That was exciting times. I've got to take a drink. I really do have to take a drink of water right now. Yeah, I love this reading so much as well. It's probably one of the most powerful readings I've felt to my core. When I saw that top card, the love card, just go, it was like, read me now. Right meow. So it's been an amazing day today, just all around. So I'm going to finish anchoring in. Oh, dang, I forgot my paintbrushes over by the fridge. Sorry. Here I thought I had everything prepared. Be prepared, be prepared. Okay. I'm going to use this one right now. Maybe a bigger one. My goodness, my sinuses just got cleaned out. How about yours? Yes, time for a celebratory smoke. Hootarama. Beverly's been working really hard on her painting, and I'm gonna send a whole bunch of love and light out to my friend Holly, and know that I'm thinking about you, sister, and I'm here for you when you need me. And what color? Oh yes, I wanted to go with purple again because we're gonna anchor in some. And you know what? Just because I know that I'm probably gonna give this painting away. Normally I wouldn't use the fancy stuff. We're gonna get a little fancy sauce with a little bit of fancy purple. This is a really deep, rich purple. So I kind of like the theme that we're going with, but I wanted a darker color. So I use this quite a bit, and then I'll turn kind of a lavendery as well. So I'm also going to put some of that blue neon back on my palette. I still have a little bit of white from this afternoon. I'm literally putting it on the same palette. So, oh, what a magical day. What a magical day it's been. I'll just pop this old paint. I'm so cheap, I don't even want to. I always try and just switch it around until, look, it's all dry, but I'm still going to use it. No F's given today. So there. Thank you. Okay, look at this. There's a little zoom with this. So I'm going to start anchoring in right at the very where we started the painting, in the middle. And I'm going to do my little infinite loop here. Make sure it's all visible. Oops. See, that's what I get for being a cheapie. Big hunk of crappy paint. So again, we're not taking ourselves seriously when we paint. I don't anyways. I just, I sometimes sing really funny songs in my head. If I want to do swirls, I'm like, life is a highway. And I'm like zooming all the way around. I just don't really put too much emphasis on, I'm going to get it a little bit wet. It's not flowy. It's not doing their usual flow because the white paint's dry and the purple paint's thicker. So now we'll get a little bit more flow. So what did everybody get up to today? Did everybody get a meditation in? Oh yeah, I meditated for about probably 2 or 3 hours altogether, and then I fell asleep for 2 hours. But I'm pretty sure I was in another dimension when I was sleeping. That's looking more like a swoop that I like. Did you guys get naps in? Did you self-care? Did you have baths? What'd you do? I'm nosy. I'm gonna tell the whole wide world that you had a bath. Oh, look at this. That's looking amazing. Blue and purple when you've got some nice colors going around. It's soothing. So I'm just anchoring in all of this love into the new dimension of the new world we're going in. It's going to be so much like the Rainbow Connection. I've had that song in my head for days now. And I sent it to my kids. I think Ethan, my youngest son, he really likes that song. So, and I sent all of my children a message today that says, I love you. And, you know, let them know I'm still thinking about them. You know, some might respond and some might not. Won't tell you if they did or not. They're each at where they're supposed to. You you went hiking at Bragg Creek. Yay, and hugged a tree. Samantha moved furniture. Aslan moved furniture and reorganized your room. In between meditation, yes, cleaning out the crap. I love it. Painting. You have to get ready for a homeless mom with 2 girls by the first week of January. Oh, isn't that nice, Beverly? Blessings to you. I love that. Had to work and just tucked my boys into bed. Time for chilling with Raven. Yay. Hey, Stephanie, happy to, walking in the rain. You know, I went outside and it just started to do some really big, huge, beautiful snowflakes. And I had a really nice conversation with the lady who lives a couple floors. For some reason, I thought she was right upstairs with me, but she's a couple floors upstairs. But I'm standing outside finishing my joint, and this lady comes up and she's like, "Oh, hi, Raven. I haven't seen you for a long time." And I didn't know who it was until she took her mask off. Oops. And we got to talking. And she went on like she's lit. I knew she was a little bit lit, but she went on about saying, "Yeah, that guy who got into the office just now making these kinds of signs and stuff. Like, what's that about?" I was like, "Good for you." So we had a really good conversation. It was there are people like that are just, and I'm talking about BID and not the other one. And so there's people who are recognizing what the heck's going on in some sort of spectrum somewhere. So it was good. It was fun. I should have smoked a whole lot more than I did before I started though. I haven't actually been smoking a whole heck of a lot. Um, I did want to. So, sun gazed. Ooh, I like it. I don't know why that held it for review when you say sun gazing, apparently. Watched your 8-year old. Oh, you're eating chocolate. Meditated. Watched your 8-year old daughter dancing and singing in the living room. Ah, that's a great way to generate energy, Sally. Sounds like fabulous. I probably, if I was with kids today, I would have been singing and dancing too. So after my nap, of course. 17 thumbs up. I'm not a big fan of Christmas music either. So uh, when I go out for my smoke, I have to watch which street corner I go on. That sounds funny. I have to watch which corner I'm standing on because the one that's right by the really good faux restaurant by my house just blasts Christmas carols on crappy radio station. And I'm just like, oh, take it easy there, pal. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Christmas music. Never have been. I don't know. Maybe because uh, I inadvertently knew that it wasn't the real Christmas time. Maybe I knew that when I was a little kid. Well, I knew Santa wasn't real when I was 6. So now all the things that we know are you're like, holy smokes, what a world we have been living in. Disillusioned. I like how this really just, I don't even know where it's going. I'm just focusing on all the love. Do do do. Love the purple. Oh yeah, me too. I'm a big fan of purple. You don't have to follow any sort of pattern. Like I don't normally just focus on going in and out of one particular area like this, but I like the fact that it's kind of looking like it's this swirling vortex of energy. Maybe this is how the outside of my body feels sometimes. Like, whoa. Um, that was a fun ride. I like the purple mixed with blue. I think that's one of my favorites. I did a really cool painting. My ex, I hope they still have it. Um, I did what do you call it? A big purple iris. It was huge. And my ex's son was a little artist, so I'm like, oh, just take all of this. I gave them a lot of artwork. So I hope they kept it because I loved the kids doing art all the time. You know, it's such a fun thing to do to just sit around and paint and create stuff. No rhyme, no reason, no how. Just lovely. I was like seeing if I can get some sort of rainbow going in areas. I'm just loading the brush full of color and then just goobing it on there. That's what I word, the goobing. It's a Raven word. I'm so happy that everybody had such a relaxing day. Oh, that card reading. Wow, I'm going to be thinking about that for such a, that literally solidified everything we've been talking about. I don't know. People can say this stuff, you know, oh, that's hocus pocus or what have you. But the cards don't lie. You know, the cards just don't lie. Hello from Bangkok. Wow. Hi, Richard. Um, oh, okay. My report. Yeah, I haven't really reported on anything. I make it look easy. Look, here's the thing. You cannot care what's on your brush. You just look at how dirty that is. Like, this is not Bob Ross here. What's the weather like today in Bangkok, Richard? Every time I hear the word Bangkok, one night in Bangkok, I get that song in my head. I know I probably hate that. Maybe you, when you landed, or do you live there, Richard? Tell me what the scoop is. I'm nosy. Inquiring minds want to know. So that, if you want it darker, obviously put more paint on. There we go. So remember to give your contrast colors. See where it's dark? I always like putting it by light. So it looks like, I'm just trying to squidging it in there, under there. So the contrast shows up much deeper. Creates a shadow. Oh, I just love how this is just going everywhere. Okay, I haven't seen anything, Richard. I thought you were going to give us a weather report from Bangkok. It is snowing in Calgary. It is snowing a lot. Big, fluffy snow. Okay. Painting reminds me of something I seen before in a dream. Oh, cool. Happy little shadow. Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're turning them into now, right? Because I don't think I have too many dark shadows that exist in my life anymore. I've feel like I've transmuted that and surrendered most of the darkness that I've had into a place that's digestible um, through meditation and connection to nature is super important. I'm gonna see happy little psychedelic butterflies with infinity wings. Exactly. I just think about like these as like little love waves, the swirls, and a little piece of poo. Just to finish the rest of this purple up here where I splooged it on the side. And here we go. That's not as crazy looking as it was before. I always find corners really difficult to deal with. It was really kind of funny. As soon as I was starting to wake up from my nap, it was like bang, 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 bang. They were banging downstairs and doing some work. It was like, man, I cannot get a moment's sleep in this place. Because when I sleep, I turn on my fan and meditation music. Whoops, that's way too much white. And I really let it just kind of have a lot of white noise in my apartment. So I'm just going to add some little scoopers in here. White. I wonder what our apartments are going to look like, or housing, if it's going to resemble like anything like we have now. I know we can manifest our own stuff, but I was thinking about that and I'm like, would I have an apartment that looked like my apartment now? So pure blank. Oh, your dog keeps barking too. Yeah, well, that's weird. Um, collections of moons. Oh, that's cool. I've never really collected anything, I don't think, other than ex-boyfriends. Kidding. That's probably have I really collected anything? Art supplies. But I usually use all my art supplies, and if I don't, I give them away. Like old canvases, I do not keep old canvases. I usually give them to kids to practice pour painting on and stuff like that. And if I don't get rid of it, if I don't sell it, I'll try and repaint over it first. And sometimes the canvases that annoy me the most and piss me off the most when I'm working on them, and I've done 15 things to them, are the ones that I like the most in the end. I'm really not being serious with anything. It kind of looks like an acid trip a little bit down a magical carpet ride in maybe the 60s or something. I don't know. But it's not supposed to be. Yeah. Do I dream like big color? My third eye, when I focus on my dreams, um, they're not necessarily in color. They're my third eye in the center. The best way I can explain it is a really, really dark purple. And then it's kind of like colors I've never seen. It looks like an eye. And then the swirling outside is all of these purples leading into a really, really dark, dark, dark purple. So when I see stuff in my third eye, it looks like it's either purple or like almost black, that it's so deep purple. When it transmutes into things, like when I saw that vision of the tiger turning into a lion, turning into a bear, turning into like all of those things, it is with like this silver, shimmery, iridescent, like it's almost like a kaleidoscope of my, and you can see it through your heart beating. That's the best way. And sometimes a lot of my dreams are like that. But what happens to me is I'll dream something. And if it's significant, I'll dream it over and over and over again. And if I'm not getting the hint of it, then um, it literally will smack me inside the head. Like where right before I wake up, I'm like, it'll jog me into that memory. And usually when that happens, those are the dreams that I have a psychic encounter with somewhere along the way. So yeah, that's what's been going on. But yeah, so I have dreamt of people's faces and being connected that way. Um, I had a really funny dream when I was a kid that I was riding on a piece of cardboard down a sand dune. And when I hit the bottom, I just burst out laughing. And it felt like now, if I were to look at anything, it might have been like should have been in a Jim Morrison video or something, like where he's walking through the desert. And has anybody else had, this is the age of Aquarius? Have you had that song in your head all day today? Yeah. Yeah, you see this, you saw the swirly twirly thing? Oh, that's cool. Doodles in groups of different sizes of moon. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna switch to a bigger brush and put some more color down on here. I'm gonna go a little kooky down and put some dark blue of my fancy sauce blue. I don't particularly like this cobalt blue. I brought the wrong blue. I like phthalo blue. And I have to go back to Sunnyside Art Supplies in Kensington and get some different blue. But I don't mind this one for painting. Like it's got a nice hue to it. It's just not my favorite. It's not my favorite, but it will do. I'm literally not focusing on anything, not even making proper swirls today. Now you guys are gonna have an earworm. When I look at the hubby in the dark, he is purple and iridescent blue. Oh, that's cool. You probably were with Jimmy. Yeah, I have to think about that. I'll tell you a really cool uh, uh, Jimi Hendrix kind of story. Not Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison's story, actually. So I went to Morrison's grave in Paris when I was there in 2015. And when I was walking away, there was a guy sitting right outside behind the grave site, kind of off to the side. And he looked exactly like Jim Morrison. It was like, so I took a picture of him. It's on my old Instagram account. I'll have to find it one day and show everybody. But yeah. I often wonder if people are like, hey, where did that raven go on this old account? Because I haven't posted anything on that account. And there's, I still think 2,000 or 3,000 followers. Maybe they're just sitting there waiting one day for me to come out of the woodwork and post some memes again. That was a really good account before it started getting freaked on by weird people. I had to close that account because I got bullied, cyber harassed. There's just too many creepers in there. Creeping at the creepers ball. Ooh, I love this color now in this picture. So what else is new with folks? What are you doing tomorrow? Oh, I was told to tell you guys to look towards the skies. Keep your eyes on the skies, especially in the UK the next few days. That's my tip of the day, but I told you that earlier if you were watching. And I might do some charts soon. I don't know. I've just been feeling the ascension, self care, love, and trying to really take care of myself and go for walks and meditate and send my love to the universe in the best way that I know how, you know? So sometimes I wish I had a dog to keep me walking outside every day, but then I'm grateful I don't have a dog, so I have to go do walks every day. Yes, charts, charts, charts. I know I have to do charts soon, but to be honest, I'm kind of glad I've had a little bit of break lately. It's been kind of nice. I haven't really put my mind to making connections, even though I think there's lots of connections to be made. I'm part of me is like, what are we going to hear soon? Because I know there's going to be a burst of information, and then I'm going to have to go do crazy amounts of charts. That's what I think is going to happen. So I'm going to do a chart on China. Oh, that's what I told my neighbor too. Oh, that's a really cool squirrel right there. Um, my my neighbor was talking about how much of Canada is owned by China, and I'm like, yeah, I call it China. She looks at me, and I thought it pissed her off at first. She goes, I like it. She's like the elevator closed. She was like, China. That's pretty funny. Mm. But I don't really live in that matrix of thinking something hideous is going to happen to us because of the free will, and how I know that even the Calgary City Police, what they're doing here, excuse me, I'm sweating right now, is to partly to wake people up. Like, had I not even talked about that with my neighbor lady, I'm like, you heard about the rest downtown the other day? And she's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, people were getting fined and handcuffed for social gathering. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like there's people figure skating across the way around a Christmas tree in a circle. But if you go on City Hall and you stop and talk to anybody, between the hours of like noon and 5, you got a $1,200 ticket. She's like, that's crazy. And I'm like, yep. But I do think it's all part of the plan to wake people up. I really do. And if people aren't getting a grip on what the frig is happening now, they're gonna have no choice pretty soon. So that's why I'm just like calm as all can be, because I'm surrounding everybody in such empathy and love. And it must be terrifying to some of these people right now. It must be completely terrifying. So they don't know what's going on. And that's all we're here to do, is just to keep our vibes high, fill ourselves with light and love every day we wake up, and be grateful for this moment in time. This blue is really turning out fabulous. And I've got Age of Aquarius in my head now. I've been hearing that song all darn day. So I'm gonna put some more different other colors and stuff on, because I'm not gonna like I love doing the multi layers. And I had an idea too here before I leave. I'm gonna show you how easy it is. I've got to go grab another canvas. I'm gonna do a quick funny picture for you guys. I'm gonna leave just a little bit of paint here on my, let this one dry for a few minutes. Right back. As we did something kind of not serious, I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to do a background to a Bob Ross, okay? It's white and blue on my dirty brush. This high-priced canvas was $3, I think. $3 to practice. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. I like how when you're in the same connections and then you have the same conversation. So my brush is a little bit wet with white and blue. We're going to paint some happy little clouds. Is this all in the... There we go. Oops. Crappers. It's probably a better angle. There we go. Alrighty. So we're going to paint some nice clouds this way. I'm not doing anything magical but moving my brush. Like, and this is with crappy dollar store paints, okay? Put a little bit more white on. And clouds aren't perfect, so don't worry about your cloud formation, but make sure you don't have big goops of paint on your canvas. Just scooch it around a little bit. See how easy this is? You know what makes it a little bit easier is wet the brush, and then you can spread it around a little bit more. Bob Ross 101 with Raven. Whoa, dark blue. Okay. I literally just try and get rid of all the paint on the brush by blending it in. I need a little bit more dampness on my brush. Should I make the Bob Ross? I don't know. Did he used to make funny little noises? I know he used to go whack, 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 whack with his brush on. But he used to use oils. I don't. These are dollar store thingies. Don't take yourself seriously with this. Ooh, oops. Got some purple in there. Happy little accidents. Make sure you balance out your happy little accidents. I don't think we're going to see a lot of movement in the if Boris does, I hope someone buys him a hairbrush for Christmas. Sally, that's hilarious. Hilarious. I could name 1,000 things I think they should buy Turdo for Christmas. Like a vasectomy. He already has a couple of poor little kids. I always wonder what happens to them. Do they get deprogrammed? Like, who looks after them? Where do they go? Do they even know who they are? There. Oh, I like this purple coming out from here, and I'm gonna add a little bit more. Happy little clouds. Ooh, doo, doo, doo. And to add some more liquid. What do you guys think of that so far? Can you see? Oh, he needs, yeah, chopping off. Oops, I got paint on the laptop. This is why I wear this thing on my body. It's my painting. Yeah, I often wonder like how much of everything we're gonna find out next year. Like, it's not that far away, you guys. Like what we've been through, we're not that far away from everything. We are not that far away from finding out everything. Yeah. What do you think of that skyline so far? Hello, Kelly. Uh, you guys are having some good Trudeau jokes there. That's good. I don't know. I think we're gonna likely see movies like we've seen all this time. Like Manchurian Candidate type movies, but they'll be in real time, or A Few Good Men, but it'll be like people like Sidney Powell in that movie asking really brutal questions, or some other cool ass female lawyer attorney. I'm guessing. I'm hoping. Happy little clouds. I don't think I've done this for more than 10 minutes. There, what do you think of that so far? Fabulous, fabulous. You're liking the happy little clouds? Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this dry for just a little bit, and then maybe I'll show you guys another day how to do mountains. But I'm sure lots of you know how to do this stuff. There's a lot of artists in my feed. A lot of you. Yeah. Instead of you can't handle the truth, it will be like you don't know the truth. I like that, Carolyn. Yeah. Do you even know, bro? You even know? What was that? I don't know what that big bong was. Oh, a virus threat. Shocking. Well, we'll see what happens to my computer and laptop. I just had a virus that on my computer, which is funny. Maybe they don't want us talking about happy little clouds and Turdo. Oh, two different paintings in the same day. Yeah, that's me. Mixing it up here. Just mixing it up. I just like being in this matrix of knowing that there's two timelines going on in the background, and like this 5D chess game. And I don't know, like even when I see something that may or may not be 100% accurate in the eyes of one timeline, do you know for a fact that it didn't happen? So, but yeah, I think we're gonna have like an awesome, awesome next few months where we just have to keep going. Okay, this is all where we shine our light now. Holy crap, we knew this was happening. We knew this was going on. We knew these things were gonna come to light. Shut up. Yeah, they don't want us looking up. Just as you type that, the person up there went bang, like look up here. It was funny. So a little bit more down on the clouds here. You guys are just supposed to be relaxing, you know that, right? This isn't serious work here. Not serious at all. When it gets too crunchy like that, that means I've got to add some more water. Like this, here and here. I think I would do Bob Ross paintings all day long if I could. So I would. Make happy little bushes everywhere. Okay, so I'm just doing some background. I'm gonna put some mountains. Always like doing a little bit of you think that's enough layers on my clouds? Here, I'll hold it up a little bit. There you go. There, it's all poofy. Your happy little clouds. Happy little clouds. Do 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 do. Ba-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na. So I'm gonna leave this for a little while and put a few more highlights. I like putting just a few touches. I'm gonna go roll a big fat pretty soon and put my Red Riding Hood coat on and go have a smoke out in the snow. Maybe take some glorious pictures. What do you think? See how easy this is, you guys. I didn't really do anything too fabulous. This is all I've been dipping my paint in is this cobalt blue cheap dollar store and whatever was left over on from my other painting. So I don't like wasting paint. So if I have extra paint, I just I like using it on another canvas. Sure, I'm getting some highlights, some lowlights, just like a nice hairdo. I think that looks pretty groovy for now. That's good. That's good right there. Do-do-do-do. It's like there's a mist on the horizon. Yes. Spirograph. um, you guys are funny. Honestly, don't overthink it. You guys are overthinking stuff. It is really about just getting rid of paint on your paintbrush. Look, see? Don't take it seriously. Just getting rid of all the stuff on the brush. But the one thing to remember when you're painting, especially like lighter colors, like clouds and stuff, is to highlight them. Like, don't have all like just one white, mix all the colors in there and then take a little bit of white over top so you've got some depth in some certain places. That's all. And the depth only comes from putting like white or light against dark. So it makes the shadow. We learned all about that during our ascension, didn't we? Is the light. We need the dark to show the light. We wouldn't have appreciated the light as much as we are going to. That's my happy little clouds for now. Told you it was easy. That was only like a few minutes of happy little clouds. So don't take yourself seriously ever. I mean, look at the difference. This is just letting you flow around and just keep continuously putting paint on there, or it's like you can create something and neither one is perfect. Because you go outside and you could never make the sky look like this again, even if you took a picture like this. It's changing. Everything's organic and changing, evolving. Just like us. That's how we grow. So thank you for tuning in. I love you guys so much. The card reading was so amazing. I can't even believe it. It just makes my day so much brighter. And it's made this December 21st very lovely for me to connect with everybody here and know that you are all worthy of love. And the love is abundant, it's infinite, and it's going to be all presence all around us very quickly. So thank you for taking your heart space and putting into your head space today through meditation and surrendering everything to love. And that's pretty much what this is just surrendering everything to love. And maybe this is the clouds in the summer solstice as we started this journey, and maybe it'll be evolving into like this winter solstice right now. So who knows what this painting will bring? Who knows what tomorrow brings except for light, love, and happiness in my world. So thank you for your vibes. Thank you for all your support. Thanks for the group chat, and yeah, you don't have to tune in all the time. It's kind of like good when you're bored, I guess. And thanks for joining me in the live because we're in the same time frame. So I love you guys so much. Thanks for popping in today, light and love. And I'll see you tomorrow. And maybe I'll have some charts. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. I will enjoy my smoke. Maybe I'm going to roll too, just for shits and giggles because it's snowing outside. So if you're in Canada, if you're going out for a smoke, you better make it a good one. So thank you guys so much.